G'day guys, welcome back. Here's a really quick video on the AFL games for round 11. So I haven't done any videos on tipping or AFL games for the last 10 rounds because I think that that's pretty useless. After about halfway through the season, we can actually see who's who and who's not. So let's have a quick look at these fixtures for the weekend. So first on Friday night we've got the Swannies against the Tigers, and this is a great game because we're going to see two decent teams come against each other, and these are definitely finalist teams in my opinion. Like I said, I wouldn't have said that about the Tigers 5 weeks ago, but this is why we need to wait for halfway through the season. So Swans, I would be going the Swans. I think Richmond have been playing well, but they haven't really played anyone of note so far, or definitely not in the last 4 games or 5 games that they've won. Sydney have gone a bit wayward in the last couple of weeks, looking for them to fight back. It's at the SCG, so you know it's a bit of a fortress for the Swans. So I'm tipping maybe Sydney by two or three goals. But beware of Richmond. There's a wounded tiger at the moment. Everyone's written them off, but geez, they're playing decent football at the moment. Just couple of injuries to Richmond might put them all the way back down again. But Sydney there, my team, the Lions, is taking on the GWS Giants. I don't know who, someone in the AFL media said that GWS need to change their name and forget about GWS and just say the Giants. Totally agree. They've got a big problem down there in the heartland of rugby league. So yeah, they need to get their brand going. They've just sacked their coach. Full of talent, lots and lots of good players in the Giants. They should be better than where they are at the moment. Like I said, my team, so I'm going to tip the Lions. We had a pretty disappointing game last Sunday. People say about the free kicks, 9 goals from free kicks against us, but yeah. Anyway, we were disappointing. We should have won that game, and credit to Hawthorn for winning that. But I can see this being a 20, 30 point blowout for the Lions. Then to GMHBA, which is the Cattery, for people who know the Cats. So we've got the Cats against the Crows. Crows are going along all right. They've been building, and got a couple of good little players. My wife loves Rochelle. She thinks he's a really good star in the making. Cats don't have danger, of course, but down there, you just can never go against the Cats. You can see by the prices here, we've got $1 against $8, so that's where the form is. Yeah, Geelong by a lot, 40 points maybe. Then we go to Melbourne or Nam. This round is the last round, and this round is Indigenous round. So Melbourne Demons changed their name to Nam, which is lovely, great. Coming against the Freo Dockers. So again, this is another match where we've got a top team and a top 5 team. Freo have just had 2 of the worst losses I've seen from the top team for a long time, but was in the wet. I just had a look at the weather forecast for the MCG. It's going to be wet, so that doesn't help the Dockers. They'd like to play in the desert. Got some really good kids. Got some really good midfield. Lack a little bit in their forward line. Defense is pretty decent. Their ruckman is awesome. Big Darcy, I think his name is. But then again, you're coming against 2 ruckmen from Melbourne, which are the best 2 ruckmen in the league at the moment, plus the rest of the team. There's not a weakness in the Melbourne team at the moment, so Melbourne should beat them quite easily, particularly if it's wet. Then it could turn into a blowout. Next game, which is on Optus Stadium. Okay, so the Eagles, how could you tip the Eagles? They're just going poorly, even with all the problems that they've got going on early on in the season with their club. Lots of them are they're just not performing, they're not trying. There's a problem at the Eagles. There's going to be some big changes soon. A lot of the players have to go, possibly the coach. Nothing wrong with the coach. Simo's, he's a good coach. He's always put out the best team that he could, but I think there's a lack of morale or something going on there, or discontent, just like we've seen with North Melbourne. But yeah, he won't be lost to football. If he gets sacked from the West Coast, he will find a job somewhere. Bulldogs going along quite nicely. Bevo said some made up bullshit about what the Suns players did to Naughty. Just trying to protect his player, trying to get the umpires to give him a couple more free kicks, but you know, that's what you expect when you're a top flight player, top flight full forward. You know, you're going to have people hanging off you. That's just part of the game. But yeah, Western the Bulldogs should just, 70 points maybe? I don't know. You never know with West Coast Eagles, but it's been pretty horrendous this year. Our next game, which is on Saturday night, or Saturday Arvo, Suns and Hawks. Okay, so, well, really good game again. Pretty hard to pick this one. Suns are definitely on the rise. I follow the Lions. I don't particularly like the Suns, but I love the way that they've been playing recently. They're starting to get a decent team together. Starting to try, which is something that they haven't done for, I don't know, 15 years or something like that. One of my favourite players is Toot Miller. I think he's an absolute legend. Hawks definitely jumped us last week. They're playing all right. A little bit iffy, but if they keep playing the way that they played against us, yeah, well, they've definitely got a chance. But I'm going to tip the Suns here, just as a Queenslander. Maybe the Suns by about 15. So 2.5 goals. Then we go to Sunday, and we've got the Saints against North Melbourne. Oh, fuck, North Melbourne just lost three of their management. They all quit. The place is in turmoil at the moment. Their last 8 games have been an average of 65, 70 points. So no way in the world will they beat St Kilda. I don't care what happens. St Kilda, we've got which one is it? Max King or Ben? Max King. Okay, he kicked 6 straight last week. If he gets on a roll against North Melbourne, he could kick 60. So definitely St Kilda by just go the average, 60 points, something like that. Then Sunday afternoon, we get to the big game at the MCG between the Pies and the Blues. Okay, no way in the world is these prices should be like this. Carlton should be $1.10 and Collingwood should be 8. Collingwood had one good game last week against a pretty ordinary Freo in the wet. If this is a dry game, Carlton will absolutely flog Collingwood. Absolutely flog them. So this is my defo pick. Carlton to beat Collingwood by 24 plus. Definitely. And you could go for Kernell. He kicked 5 or 6 on the weekend as well, last weekend, against Collingwood. The way that Moore's playing, the lack of defence that's going on at Collingwood, he could have a really big day out as well. He could kick a bag. And then our last game on the Sunday afternoon, we've got Port versus Essendon. Essendon the same. Okay, they put up a bit of a yelp last week, but most people thought it was a bit of a pretend yelp. They didn't do it when they needed to. They didn't go hard at the ball. They just did a bit of push and shove and that sort of stuff. I like Port. Port are definitely underperforming this year, but they've still got all their good players. I think maybe they got Dixon back this week, which would be a great help for them. But you know, they've got a Brownlow medalist sitting in the middle, and they've got lots of great players, Boak, and they've got lots of young players like Dersma and who's the other one? Just can't think of his name at the moment. They put them into the middle, so they're definitely sparks. So when Hinkley said 5 weeks ago that they can win 5 in a row, definitely, and this might be number 6. In fact, I think it will definitely be number 6. So these odds here that we're looking at, so Port $1.12 and then Essendon at 6.40, that's exactly the way it should be with Carlton and Collingwood. That's how far. This is just Collingwood, you know, height, which is what always happens. So anyway, that's a quick video. Hopefully your team wins. Hopefully my team wins. If you're having a punt, make sure that you gamble responsibly, like they always say in the ads. Don't listen to my advice. Choose what you think, and good luck with your tipping.